Hey, my precious friends. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. Today we're back on the hunt for my land, for my homestead. I want to make my home place. So I'm going to share some lower cost options and ideas that are in my area. Like I said, I'm not leaving any option or stone unturned, and I'm willing to consider anything. We're going to get into that, but first our video scripture. Matthew 5:15 and 16. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Amen. How's your day going? Real estate. I mentioned that on the channel I'm going to be bringing some real estate videos while I'm looking. I'm going to be sharing some of what I'm doing. And this is Zillow, and this is sort of the area that I'm looking in, and I'll paste a picture of a more precise, like I'll circle it. I don't know how to do it from the screen here. And today we're going to be talking more about lower cost real estate options in my area. I had a little bit of feedback, or quite a bit of feedback, on my other video about prices, my last real estate video. And I feel you. I'm 100% with you on that. I mean, since 2020, they've just been climbing. You keep getting information that it's going to bust and prices are going to go back down, the real estate bubble. But it doesn't appear to be happening, and it's a risk. You know, you go out there and you buy something at these exorbitant prices, and then you come back, and then it's all of a sudden busted, and you've lost equity. So a lot of equity, and that's just a recipe for an ulcer, just worrying, but at some point you have to bite the bullet and do what makes you happy and start taking steps towards, your goals in your life and what you want to be doing. Video is going to be kind of like what some rent options are in my area, what a lot of people are doing in my area on RVs, a few of those things. And I'm also going to put a video up of houses, because that's a thing here in the area. Okay, here's one that I looked at this week. Let's look at the pictures. I don't know how to work this thing. I'm having a hard time with it. Okay, it's a park model, and it has a sliding glass door on the front with a small porch, a couple of recliners, looks like an electric fireplace, dinette set, cabinetry there above the chairs to store things. Kitchen, it's like a smaller kitchen, but a full-size fridge. That's nice. Bathroom, built-in cabinets, washer dryer. Looks like a regular size toilet, walk-in shower. So they got their little extra heaters, and it looks like a dehumidifier. I don't know what the black thing is. And storage. This is probably the spare bedroom. They've got it set up for storage, like a little store for extras, because, we're all trying to stockpile these days. And they have their little golf cart. Everybody in like the little RV parks have the little golf cart. And they have an out storage building. 2 of them. Looks like 2 of them. So it's set up for long term. It has the skirting around it. Oh, they got looks like a view of Mount Yana. That's in Cleveland, Georgia, I think. And it's an Indian term for Bear Mountain. Okay, the amenities look nice. A swimming pool. Yana Mountain Campground. So it's set up in a campground. So you're going to be close to the city of Cleveland, or in the city of Cleveland, and Helen. Clayton, Georgia is not too far. Gainesville's not really that far with a lot of big stores. And the list price is $119, and you will not own the lot. You'll be renting, and this says it has 655 HOA fees, and that's probably not including the lot rent. That's probably the park for the amenities, and then you would still also be paying a lot rent, I believe. Let's look into this. And a lot of people will buy these type of units for a vacation rental. They'll use it, as a Airbnb income option, and then you'll get people who downsize and retire in their retirement years, or they're on a fixed income, and this is the best, at least they own what they live in, and they get the amenities, and sort of that is a bonus. So it has a picnic pavilion, upgraded solid oak flooring, stackable washer and dryer, oversized corner lot. Well, that's kind of nice. Local wineries. Are you wanting to downsize or looking for a North Georgia getaway? It's a 2007 Park Model RV in the sought-after Yana Mountain RV Park community, situated on an oversized corner that will give you extra space you need. Relax, entertain family and friends. The RV offers a one-bedroom, currently used as a storage room, with one full bath. Okay, well, where do you sleep if you're using your one bedroom? Okay. Solid oak flooring, laundry closet. So that's nice. It has its own laundry. A no maintenance lot, so you're not even having to mow. No grass cutting or weed eating. And you have a 10x8 storage building. Wi-Fi throughout the park. So that's an amenity. You're not going to have to be purchasing Wi-Fi. Clubhouse, fishing hole, in-ground pool. Activities for adults and children. Access to Cleveland, Helen, North Georgia destinations. It's been on Zillow for 14 days. And it's listed at $119,000. So that's one option. I'm trying to find, okay, here's another one that's an RV. Let's do the video tour, the visual tour. I like that sink, that's cute. So it's a stand-up shower only. I have that same size couch in my little RV. And where the little table is, I have a table and I've kind of rearranged. I'm going to be showing my RV. Mine's an older one. I've restyled it and redone it for the most part. I'm still liking the bathroom. And I need to get on that, get it done. But this is obviously a newer RV. Look at that refrigerator. Oh, I would love to have that in my RV, but there is absolutely no room. Not enough room. So pretty. I like it. Looks like they have a storage building. And outside, maybe they fish a lot and this is where they clean their fish. It's set up kind of, where it drains into a bucket. It's just kind of a rudimentary, but it'll work for what you need. Gotta be. So there definitely looks like they're in a lot because there's so many close to them. Oh, they've got their outside storage building set up as an office. That's kind of a bonus. And they got all their fishy poles out there. Look at that. Kind of neat. I don't know what that's about. See, they're plugged in to their RV. Oh, so they have two outside storage buildings, maybe, and they've made extra space. They got a washer, dryer, and a freezer. Sweet. They've got this set up kind of nice. And a storage place for their boat. I really like what they did here. They've got their little workstation, workbench. Their little tinker table. This is exactly what I need to do. They've made themselves a closet outside. A bedroom. I see. Well, maybe not a bedroom. Maybe they do online sales or something. Because I see the packing boxes and so forth. It could be anything. And they have a fenced-in space. So if they have little fur babies, they can go out there and be safe. Okay then. And they've got their sidewalk port and it's set up for full time. And they've got a cover. My RV is under a cover like that. Okay, and then they have their other RVs. They probably go on the road, over the road, and they just probably live. This is an example of somebody who lives an RVing lifestyle. They have a setup somewhere where they have a home base, and then they probably take their one that's motorized, and they just go all over the United States, and they live an RV lifestyle, and it's kind of neat. You know, and they're selling, so maybe they've kind of done and saw everything they wanted to. You know, imagine doing that for several years, you know, and just taking your time and going through the whole United States. Man, I could do all kinds of videos. And this is the setup. So that you can see they've got that building, especially the one right beside the porch, is actually kind of large. And that's their view. Gorgeous. Their RV has the vacuum cleaner already. What is that? Like there's a term for that kind of vacuum cleaner where it's in there's a system with a big tank somewhere, and you just plug they have these little things you plug your attachments into with your hose, and you don't have to lug the whole vacuum cleaner around. You just plug it in, and it has a dishwasher. Oh, that's so sweet. Another thing I wish my RV had, a tiny dishwasher. Okay, I think I've looped back around. All right, let's go and read. So this is at $149,000 list. It's not even 1 acre of land. And let's see what all they say comes with it. Electric fireplace, storage building, fiber optic internet, king-size bed, newer model. Newer model, Forest River Park model, unrestricted with 2 lots, king-size bed with fiber optic internet. The property has an electrical fireplace, chain link fence in the yard, storage buildings, washer dryer, full-size refrigerator, upright freezer, and plenty of living space. It's been listed for 11 days. And it's in Murphy, North Carolina. Let's look at the map. Okay, so I kind of get a feel for where that is. So you would own land and you're not on a restricted piece of property. It's hard to find unrestricted land and then at a good price to begin with. So, and then your park model and then the building and all the implements that they've put in there, that's definitely an option for somebody who's, just depends on your budget and your price range and what you're willing to spend for, that could be your home-based vacation spot if you're downsizing, or just, vacation spot. You keep your home somewhere. Let's say you live in Iowa and you just want something here in the South, Okay, up next, let's find, okay, this one kind of gave me a little chuckle. Let's look at the pictures. Sorry, I'm not great with this. Okay, let's start here. Start off here. That looks like an Airstream. I wonder if it's an Airstream. So it looks like they have a spring or a creek running near them. That has definitely got to be an Airstream. And they've got a few things set up out there, you know, just for pack and go, or it's definitely an older one. It looks like it could be from the 60s. I honestly don't know. Ooh, look at those colors. Cute for fall. I don't know. So they got a full-size couch in there. I wonder if it's a fold-out couch. Okay, so this is the bedroom. And it looks like it's halfway. You've got the bathroom on the other side. And I just, you know, I think something that's important in an RV is the floor plan. And I don't care for the bathroom being right next to the bedroom. That's just me. You know, you can imagine for privacy's sake and for, you know, you're in a little bitty tiny space and somebody goes and they dropped a bomb, then, yeah, just, that's enough said. It's an older one. It seems like it's in, you know, intact. Wraparound sink area. That's different. Just a little camping setup. Little fire pit area. I keep seeing a building. I wonder if that's a part of it. That there's a little building right there to the left. Is that a part of the deal? All right, let's go and read what's up with it. Okay, it's in Hiwassee, Georgia, so it's in a good place. Okay, Synth Creek area. I know where that is. So it's a little bit on the outside of Hiwassee, but not bad. Okay, they've had a price cut of $3.9K and it's $79,000. Built in 73, okay. Central Electric. Close to Lake Chateau, picnic area, additional freezer, fire pit, retractable TV antenna. Here's your mountain getaway on a noisy branch. Hard to find vintage mint condition silver streak luxury liner with 320 square foot of living space. Neat features. All aluminum. A doorbell? Okay then. 8-track stereo. 8-track. I'm trying to... That's one of those like little square... Just having like some kind of flashback. It seems like my mom had a box of 8-tracks with an ABBA 8-track. And she had this old player with some old speakers. And I used to love to rock out to ABBA. Anybody else like ABBA? Okay, let's carry on. 2 twin bed mattresses that are new. No, yes, new. Electric, water, and septic are all hooked up and ready to go. Lot allows parking for 2 vehicles plus a toy or a boat or other toy. Room for storage building. So I'm not really understanding if this lot goes with this or you're in a... It says lot 7, so that's nearly an acre. 7,405 square feet. I think that's nearly an acre that goes with it. Subdivision Bald Mountain Park. So that leads me to think it's in some kind of RV park. You know, you can buy into RV parks. People do that all the time here. So it's not like that's unusual. $80K basically. All right, that's just a few. I was trying to look through for some budget, and here's like an example of just, it's an acre and a half. It's an acre and a half. Legal lot, residential, should have access to public utilities, no HOA, so that's good. Any restrictions come from the county. So this is one of those, it's a possibility that you could set your RV up on it while you build, or set your RV up like the one we just looked at, where they have it set up for full timing, and have it set up kind of pretty well. They have a freezer, they have a closet, an office space, everything that you could want when you go on vacation, or even full-time living if you want. So this one will be one. I think $30,000 is expensive. That for just a lot, and you still have to, you've got to put all your utilities in. Most likely a well and septic tank in this area, and you have to, get yourself set up. Whether you're going to build, whether you're going to put a tent on it, if you have an RV or plan on buying an RV or a park model, there's so many options. But the start off for a little bitty lot, and this is actually, I've seen them much more expensive, and then sometimes I've seen them cheaper, like $7,000. This is one of my things that I do kind of routinely in the morning. I get up and do my coffee and my morning devotional, and then I look at Zillow. I open it up and see what's new today, pretty much every day in the area that I'm looking in. And let's do the filters, because there's no telling what I have it set on, because I'm constantly changing it. Just giving myself plenty of options, but mainly I'm looking houses, lots, and land, and manufactured. And then let's put it on, what's it set on as far as how many days the listing has been on there. 1 day. Okay, so let's see, 191 results. And then I'm just going to show a couple. So that's $59,000 for a 1 acre, just a little over 1 acre of land, and it's Meadowbrook. So I guarantee you that's a subdivision where you have rules, and I couldn't set up my RV to build in a place like that. They're very strict. It's very few and far between that you'll find a subdivision-y type of place. And it also will have an HOA, meaning you have to pay yearly dues, and you have the Karens that come. So this is an already built house for $859,000. Let's do a quick look. That's pretty. Oh, the scenery's pretty. Let's look at the view. Look at that view. I love the porch. I'm a country girl, and I love a house with a porch. Oh, that is gorgeous. And it's in a subdivision. Look at there. Young Harris, an acre and a half, new construction. Let's just see, is there Karens? Are there Karens? It doesn't say that it's an HOA. May just be a neighborhood, which is better. Okay. Today we're going to focus more on like lower cost, lower cost. All right, here's one that's a tiny house that's set up. And I have a tiny house video that I'm going to be posting. So be on the lookout for that. I went and toured them. So this is probably a tiny house community where somebody's purchased some property and they're setting them up. So it's already set up for $150, and I wonder if you own the lot or you're just renting the lot. So it'll be a HOA type of situation. That's where the washer and dryer would go, right here where they have that cleaning closet. And in the tiny houses, you get a full size appliances, which is kind of nice. My little RV, the way it's set up, I have a 3-burner cooktop and an oven and a microwave, and it's good for one person. And I've certainly cut back on a lot of cooking that I do, so it works. So they have like a coffee bar, fireplace, closet, cute little porch. All right, let's read about this one. New construction. See, yeah, you're in a HOA, and that's going to be $550. Open concept. Nice size front porch. It's in Sugar Mill Creek, new listing. Gated community near Lake Burton. Lots of windows. Gated code. Okay, the amenities are creeks, a dog park, clubhouse, fire pits. So probably no swimming pool though. Between Clayton, Helen, and Clarksville. So a good location. Lot level. I can't tell if you own the lot. It's giving me the feeling that you're going to be renting. Plus you got a HOA, which is $550 with no pool, apparently. I mean, they do have grounds maintenance, pest control, private roads, reserve fund, whatever that means. Security, sewer, trash, and water. Sugar Mill subdivision. So I'll have to look that up and see if that's a rental type, or do you own on leased land. That answers the question. So you would actually have a lot rent plus a HOA fee, and then you're paying $150,000, $58,000 for the tiny house. And the tiny houses that I actually have a video on that I mentioned I'm going to be coming out with, those ranged, seems like the price range for a new one was between $99,000 and $110,000. You know, and then of course you would have to, I'm sure that price would include a setup. Now you may have to do like the little see how they've got the rock? Oh, right here, let's look at this. They have the rock steps and like the rock underpinning type of there. You would have to do that, but it would not cost you, $40,000 to do that. And if you want to put it in a setting like this and rent a lot, and then pay whatever that costs. I'm going to look that up and just include that on how much it would be for this Sugar Mill. I don't know if that's a subdivision or whatever it is. Tiny house community. What the cost are for that. So you know, outside of like your $150,000, you're still going to have the expense of the cost of the tiny house plus the lot rent per month plus the HOA. The next thing I do is I go to Facebook Marketplace and I do like a real estate run through and see what's available. And here's a home with 3.45 acres that's for sale. That's the only picture they have. And a little house that needs a lot of work. What, like a match? I bought some lighter fluid yesterday. I'm just kind of kidding. Okay, but Anderson County. So that's kind of outside of the area that I'm interested. That's in South Carolina. So let me fix this first of all. See, it's kind of like I need the radius to be, let's fix it like that. I want it above Gainesville and over to this side of Clayton. So we'll try that and see. What is Likey's? I don't know what that even is. Alright, back to the real estate. Okay, so here is some unrestricted land. And they have a video, that's nice. $186,000 for 9 acres, or 10 acres. So that's roughly what, $18,000 an acre? Oh, look at that. Ain't that pretty? So they've got the road cut in and it looks like utilities. I don't know. Let's go and read. So that would be one of your views. The lake, mountains and lakes. Love it. Hardwood trees. Hiwassee, just across the Upper Bell Creek. So that's in a good area. Clay County, North Carolina. So it's actually in Hayesville. I bet you it'll give you a Hayesville address. Kind of like where I have my RV set up now. I'm so close to the Georgia line. I feel like I live in Georgia. But, you know, I'm just right across the state line. Details. Condition new. They don't tell a whole lot. Transformers located throughout the property. So it was set up probably to make a subdivision that didn't work out. Recently reduced price. Okay, so that's an example of an unrestricted property. Here's another one. Here's a sneak peek of one I'm going to actually go do a first look at. Alright, so we don't want to ask them, is it still available? Okay, so we're going to ask them if we can have an address. We're going to ask them, can we have an address so we can do a drive-by? It's pretty, and it's already set up. I like that. I actually want to do a first look on this place, and I'll take you guys with me when I go. Hopefully I'll get an address and I'll get to go see it. Harbin Woods, so it's a subdivision type of place. Cherokee County is like around the Murphy area of North Carolina. $13,000 for 2 acres. Riverside Community, so I guarantee you HOA. I've contacted so many of these that are like in this price range because that would be, you know, ideal to set my RV up. And then if it's not my forever place, it could work as an Airbnb or something like that. And the money and the time and the work that I put in to doing it wouldn't go to waste. Which, you know, I could also put a cabin or a small cottage type of house on there and do the same thing. But I'm already like in motion with the RV, so I kind of want to stay on that path. But a lot of these places like this are very restricted, and you can't set up an RV even if you do purchase the property. Okay, here's another example of a tiny house living place, and it's set up. It's cute. It's a little cabiny type of place, but it's set up in a RV tiny house community. And here's an example of RV lots in my area, the rental type. And this is prices. They range between $700 a month and $1,000 a month for RV. And you already own your RV, or you're buying your RV, and you set them up in the little communities. And it's just like everything else. It's sort of an HOA, and some of them have swimming pools and great amenities, and some don't, like where I'm at. The price is lower though. Mine's lower than $700. Mine's actually around $500, and then I have to pay my own utilities, and I have to provide my own internet. So usually at the $700 price, you may still have to pay your electricity, but they'll have everything else included, like water and internet and so forth. Okay, we already looked at that one. Here's an unrestricted. Would definitely be worth for that price. It's $16,000 for basically an acre. It would be worth the first look. We'll look into that at another date. Okay, here's an example of, I don't know where Lake Fontana is, but look at that view. Isn't that gorgeous? 12 acres, $110,000. This listing is, it looks like it might be, I don't know that this is a double wide. It might be a double wide, like a mobile home for $85,000. It looks like a mobile home that needs a lot of work. Ooh. Okay. It has 1.4 acres. It's in Murphy. Here's a rental, and it's got to be a tiny house with a little extra bonus space built on. That bonus space is the kitchen. And that's it. The upper part will be probably where you'd lay your mattress, and the lower part's probably big enough for a couch, and you do have a restroom off of the kitchen. So that's kind of neat. I mean, it's tiny. Let's read what goes with it. Single occupancy, and really and truly for your own sanity and something like that, you know, you kind of need it. My wife and I have this tiny house available for rent, 160 square feet. Not large enough for couples and families. twin size mattress would fit up in the loft. It's located on 10 acres. Now that is pretty sweet. $750 month to month plus electricity. My current tenant is moving out later this month, and it's in Cumming, Georgia. So that's down past Gainesville in the area that I'm looking in. However, for one person, that's actually a pretty sweet deal, I gotta say. All right, let's look at this one. That's beautiful. Look at that. Talking about a great water source. That actually is 16 acres in Dahlonega, Georgia. Will not sell to a tract builder. That means they're not going to allow a little, like a subdivision to go in there. That's a plus. Okay, this is off topic, but that was cute. That pink couch. All right, get back up. All right, let's go to my saved. Okay, I don't know. I had a, let's go back to Marketplace. So let's look at real estate. Dahlonega, Gainesville. That's really pretty view. Look at that. I love it here. So that's in the Bear Paw community, and that's a place that has some lots that are affordable, but rules, you cannot set up your RV. So I won't get too far into that. Okay, here's something unusual. A houseboat. Let's start over at 1. I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't mind vacationing on a houseboat, but I just don't see myself wanting to stay there any length of time. Has a washer and dryer. A nice little porch area and a cover. Okay, here's another RV setup. Let's look at this. So this is kind of like mine. Mine is under cover. It has a deck on it. It has a bunk, so you could actually have a little room for your children or grandchildren. With look at that wardrobe space. Plenty of cabinetry to store your stuff. A nice walk-in shower. I need one of those couch covers like that for my couch because of Pippa the kitty cat. King-size bed. That's a pretty nice setup. $122,000. True peace and serenity. Bring your clothes and food. In Kusawati's Eagle Mountain Campground. I think that's in Ella, Georgia. And you got kayaking, tubing, fishing, pools, 3 swimming pools. basketball courts, pavilions, parks. I think that is the Kusawati is a really, really large RV and tiny house and kind of cottagey community, and it has loads of lots in there. That's the only thing. Like, if you kind of are a person that's like me, that you're sort of introverted and you don't want to be in a crowd, then that might not be your place. But if you're wanting a community type of setting, the one thing I don't know is if they allow full-time living, if you were like wanting to do it and live there. But the one thing about that RV resort, I don't know if they allow for full-timers. It may be a part-timer type of place. I don't really know if you'd own your lot there, or if you have to, and probably most definitely you have an HOA with all those amenities. You probably most likely would. Houseboat. Why am I looking at these? I just don't know, but I am. That looks like that's kind of tied off out there. Houseboat / building looking thing. Is that homemade? Y'all, we're in the South. We will just do anything. And that is no exaggeration. I love their Jesus fish above the door. And they have all kinds of little fishies there. So this is the little sink. And they just can swim right off of their front porch. Swim. You know, they could swim off the front porch, but they can also do their fishy pole and catch some fish. So this is a rough setup, but I guarantee this is sort of a fishing cabin. Is what this is. In 2016, TVA banned any new houseboats on their lakes. So if you're looking for an opportunity to purchase a lake house, then you will have to purchase a grandfathered houseboat. You're in luck. Shook's Marina has 3 different size houseboats for sale, ranging from $25K to $45K. This time, 3 houseboats will need upgrading as we have just acquired them. In time to come, we will be remodeling them and change the price accordingly. Purchase now at these prices and fix it up to your liking. Oh, okay. So you won't own any property. You're just buying a houseboat / fixer-upper. Okay, then. Alright, and so that's kind of what I do. Sort of just a little run through of how I do my... We spend quite a bit of time there. And there's a tiny house that's probably not finished. They call it a deluxe cabin. This is kind of something that's becoming common. (16 by 40 square foot).
A small area for storage.
Unfinished. 25,000.
And a spacious porch area. Little space here with the 2 windows. This opens up into the main room. You have your nook over here, breakfast nook. Here would be a small room, like a little bathroom. And a little bedroom with a closet. Like I said, plenty of lights, or natural light. A small area for storage. And a spacious porch area.
So this is kind of an unfinished version of a tiny cabin, tiny house. So if you're handy, you could finish it out and save about $70,000 or $80,000. I'm not that handy, and that's what I would be trying to do. 4 rooms, a large porch, 17 windows, and a 9-light door. Natural light. Weekend getaway, hunting cabin, or tiny house. Rent to own is available. Okay. Here's another tiny house, and it's listed for $75,000. Looks like a little cabin. Lakeside Plaza and Tractor Supply. What town is it in? Looks like in Murphy, North Carolina. So you would find your own lot. This is that's the location of where they're set up to sell. And the square footage is 13 by 33. And this is a small one, they say, so they have larger ones. That goes under the tiny house tab. Let's look up tiny houses. Okay, this one's $55,000. It's got a loft that you climb up, kind of a narrow stair looking thing. You climb up and go up there, and that's where you would probably sleep. And the little thing is a couch / probably bedroom. This right here. I don't know if it pulls out more or if that's just what it is. That's your table. You know, something like this is kind of cute. I just don't see that being functional for a full-time use. Some of them are set up where they would be actually comfortable for full-time use, and then some not so much. I like the blue, and it has a high ceiling. Has a stand-up shower. That's kind of nice. This one was $36,000. It's in Tellico Plains. That's in Tennessee. Has to be moved. No land. Brand new construction, never lived in. So that's crazy. Like, you have ones that are like $100,000, and this one's $30,000. Sitting on a big trailer, 4 by something axles. 8 foot by 30 foot, so it's legal to transport without permit. See, there's a lot of rules and restrictions about pulling these, and depends on where you're going to set them up. You've got to check your local listings where you're driving through, what's allowed, you know, the highway or interstates and all that stuff, and then where you're going to set it up at, you know, you have to check for that too, because you don't want to get in trouble. And I think as time goes by, we're going to see a lot more regulations to do with these little tiny houses. And I just wonder, you know, do they hold up? Here's an RV and a tiny house. 3 lots. Okay, so this is the lots that are for sale. And they're $44,000, and it's set up in a tiny house community. So that tells you how much. So if you buy you a tiny house, you know, your prices are going to vary. You might get the one I just looked at for roughly $30,000 to $150,000, depending on. And then if you want to add outbuildings and everything else that you'd want to add, before you know it, you've spent $200,000. It looks to me. You know, if it's going to be a little vacation area, that's not crazy expensive. You know, you want to come here to fish hunt and enjoy the outdoors. That's an option. $11,000 for this little man cave / tiny home. That's a rental. So let's go back, instead of tiny houses, let's look at rentals in my area prices. Okay, Blairsville is a town over for me, and I've got a few videos that I'm going to be posting. I just recently went to Blairsville I went to Aldi for the first time over there. I did one of my wellness walking, nature walk videos, so be looking for that. Okay, back to this rental. So, I don't know if the bottom portion of this was a garage. What kind of kitchen is that when you have a walk-through kitchen? There's a term for that. Okay, it's not coming to me. Okay. $1,600 a month, fully furnished. So it's kind of a good location for Blue Ridge, Blairsville, and Murphy, near Lake Nautilus, marina, hiking trails, and swimming. 6-month plus lease. It's on 1 acre of land. Garage is not included in the rent. So you're only renting, and then you're going to have whoever has the garage portion, they can come at any time and just like get their boat out or whatever they have. Let's say what if they're living in it? $1,600 a month. This is the kind of thing that, I just don't understand what's going on with living. They're calling it an apartment, studio apartment. So you're probably renting that RV. It's the lot, and it's in a RV park. 3 miles from Vogel State Park. See, and somebody will snatch this up. These lots like this do not last. That's just cute. Okay, it looks like it's in some kind of... I bet it's in Kusawata. I don't know for sure. It's a private resort. So there are tons of options around here of things like this, and you put your tiny cabins, tiny houses, RVs on. So it looks like the going rate for rents around here are between $12 and $2K. And I'm sure it goes up. This is an older house. I'm not looking to rent a house. I'm just showing this to show the cost of renting homes in the area. And you could, if you want to, tell me in the comments what is the range for your rentals in your area. This one was $1,200. It looks to me, I don't know if that's a double wide mobile home, but it looks like it. Or a builder grade house. It's a duplex. $1,800 a month non-refundable rental fee. So is that your down pay, or what is that called when you put up a deposit? It's been a long time since I've rented. A non-refundable rental fee, $500 non-refundable pet fee per pet, and a $25 per month pet rental per animal. So I would have 2 cats. That's $50 in cats plus $1,000 per cat. And they still got to approve it. You cats are expensive. $1,000 for you to be there. That would be ridiculous. So this is kind of a cabiny, tiny house, or they've remodeled a cottage, possibly. I do that all the time when I take photos. See them putting their finger in the picture. And videos. I always feel like a dummy when I see that, when I go back and see what I've done there. They've got the farmhouse style sliding doors there. That's cute. So this is a remodeled rental. They've rehabbed it, apparently. It's kind of a small kitchen space there. I was trying to get a look for the lot that it's on. All right, let's do a little reading. $1,500 a month, $1,550 a month. Cabin, and it has been newly remodeled. Must pay the deposit of $1,000, first and last, total of $4,100 to move in. Didn't say anything if pets will be allowed with a $500 pet fee, probably per pet, and they probably won't refund it at the end. It's getting to be where rental places, they want to keep your deposit and they want to keep your pet fees, it appears. This is a gutted mobile home. It does not need to be moved, and it needs finished. 14 by 70, late 90s, single wide. Lot rent is $200 a month. And the way that they keep emphasizing it does not need to be moved makes me wonder, can it be moved? Because sometimes you get these situations with the older ones where they actually probably need to be torn down. And so you can't move them, so you're stuck there in the rental place until, but $200 a month once you own it. So that part's not bad, but $15,000. And they said they've gutted it, but they don't show any photos of the interior. And they were about $2 to $3K shy of finishing it. Brand new flooring, 5 gallons of paint, a 5,000 sauna shower, imported from Sweden. Brand new in the box is $2,500. It's new, in new windows. Sheetrock. There's pallets. So it sounds like they have a stack of materials in there that they're including in this $15,000 price. I don't know. I just, Somebody will buy it, though. This is another situation that's around here. I don't know about where you are, but people rent out rooms. And this room is $900 a month. And it's actually in looks like a nice, lovely lake home. So you just get the one room, and probably you share the kitchen. And I'm sure each house and each person that you rent from has their specifications and rules. Here's another room rental. $750. Includes water, rent, electricity, and internet. Shared kitchen. So you get a swimming pool, and they're looking for a lady to see. Okay, it's listed from a lady, so okay, that always sends up my red flag immediately when I'm like, oh boy, I get scared just reading the. So here is another RV lot, and it has looks like it has a deck and some kind of little storage garage looking thing. Mineral Bluff, Georgia. Private with no other campers around and very quiet. You must pay all utilities. Sweet. $700 a month, another RV lot. So that gives you a feel for how much RV rental lots and rentals are in my area. Okay, this is just listed on Zillow. It's a mobile home. And I think it's in Dahlonega, Georgia. So it looks like it's been kept up well. It's an older one. You know, for me, it's the prices that we're facing on everything. I don't know. It's making me feel kind of hopeless. You know, and just if you buy a lot around here, most of them are restricted. So you can't just go and buy a new mobile home, which probably a new mobile home like this is probably over 100,000 just for a single wide these days. I know that I just did a tiny house tour, and those range from 100,000 to 120 and on up just for a tiny home. And we're talking 400 square feet of living space, and those were brand new. And there's restrictions about where you can put those also, you know. You can't just put them anywhere. Okay. Yeah, it's in Dahlonega, Georgia. It's a 1988, so it's pretty old. It's 30-some years old. Charming mountain getaway on a 1-acre lot. Now, see, for 180, you'd think it would be more land. Now, I do know that over there in that area, it's actually stunningly beautiful. And it is a vacation area, and so forth and so on. But $180,000 for a 1988 mobile home on 1 acre of land. It's just unreal to me. And this thing will probably sell pretty fast. Okay, $119,000. And it's in Blairsville, Georgia. So it's a 2001, looks like RV. You've got a $484 HOA fee. So you're going to own the lot and you're going to get the RV. It's an older one. It has a storage building, bathhouses, activity room, fireplace, water, sewer, maintenance fee. So probably doesn't have a pool. They have a creek side. That's actually really pretty. Number 75. Looks very clean for it to be an older one. Decent amount of room in there. That refrigerator is built in. I've not ever seen one like that. Kind of on the corner. It's got a pantry. Walk through the bathroom to get to the bedroom. Sometimes you get awkward floor plans in RVs, and I don't know. I've said this before. I don't like the bathroom being by the bedroom. You know, I just don't. And part of the bathroom is in the bedroom, open in some of the fifth wheels. I don't like that. That is so pretty, that creek. Okay, there's the little storage building. A lot of times they'll sell you their golf cart too. That's one of the things. Make sure we're recording. Okay, so they have room for an extra refrigerator. They got a little, see, they got their little toaster oven out there. That's my speed too, and they do a little bit of cooking. Sometimes you got it, that's what you got to do. You got to figure it out. So this is kind of a view of the campground. It looks like a smaller one. So that's the pavilion, the community pavilion. Everybody shares it. Nice. They have a fireplace out there. Everybody can get together if they want to and hang out. I bet it's a peaceful little park. It looks like it is. Very nice. Oh, I want to look at one more thing, the map. Twin Creeks RV Park. So I kind of think it's in a good location. It's central to everything. That's a nice little, that would to me is a nice vacation. If this was your first time and you're new here, welcome to Lela Life My Way, Lela's Little Weirdos. I will be having more part 2 to this video. Thank y'all for coming. Lela out.